everyone. This is Mel from Sniper Central. Welcome again to the next episode of Sniper Talk. We are located here in beautiful Victor, Montana in the Sniper Central headquarters. What we want to talk about this time around is probably the most common question we run into here, and that is, what is the best sniper rifle? What is the best long-range rifle? Well, there isn't one particular answer to that. And so what we want to do is we want to talk about this topic, but approach it from the way that we do it. And that is, all right, first, define the role of your rifle, and then let's fill that role. Let's design the rifle to fill the role, to fill that mission. And so to do that, you might actually have to take a little bit of time and say, all right, what do I want to do here? A rifle that you're going to use to engage one target at 1,600 or even a mile out there is going to be completely different than a target or a rifle to engage multiple targets at 500 or 600 yards. So as you define the role of the rifle, then we can start looking at the different features and the different aspects of a rifle. For instance, do you want your rifle to have a detachable magazine? It adds complexity, it adds cost, it adds weight, but it allows you to be able to quickly reload or quickly change out ammo types. That might be important for law enforcement agencies where they need some glass buster rounds, or it might be if you're hunting or if you're long range shooting. And you just want to be able to quickly reload detachable magazines. Whereas, like I said, it adds complexity and it adds weight. We also look at the action itself. We look at the bolt handles. Bolt handles, nice big knobs like this one on this Savage 338 or this added one over here. They look good. They're kind of sexy in some regards, but in reality, functionally, they don't really add a whole bunch. Maybe if you're using gloved hands, it might make you a little bit quicker. We look at the barrel length. That is a critical one. The longer the barrel, the faster the bullet's going to launch. So it helps with long-range shooting. And so muzzle brakes, same thing. It adds the ability to reduce recoil, but it makes it louder for the shooter, and it may possibly also stir up dust and foliage around you. And so you consider each of these things. What is the mission I'm trying to accomplish? Here we got a nice short 16-inch barrel. This is a 300 AAC. It's going to be used with a suppressor, so it doesn't need to have the velocity that you would from this 338 Lapua on the Savage. This FN down here has a very thick barrel. The thick barrels add rigidity and stiffness, which can increase accuracy, but again, it adds weight, and so that rifle becomes heftier. So again, define the role. If you can live with the weight, then it might be beneficial. If you're going to be toting it around, hunting in the woods, going after that elk, or if you're using it to lug it on a 15-mile road march, you may not want that extra weight. So define the role of the rifle, and then you can look at all these different aspects. You look at a chassis system like this Accuracy International. Lots of the benefits of being able to have a solid monolithic rail to put night vision forward mounted, or a folding stock. But cost becomes very expensive, and as you can see, there's a lot of raggedness, jagged things to be caught on other stuff. So define again the role of the rifle. Now, if you look at this rifle right here, this one is a custom built rifle. If you're custom building a rifle, you get the ability of choosing all these different things. So we're just going to discuss a few things that we kind of really want to look for when we're looking at a rifle. We're going to start with the stock. You look at the stock. This is a Macmillan A5, has a nice wide forearm. That's good for stability, but again, adds more material, adds a little bulk, a little bit of weight. It also has a vertical pistol grip. We like vertical pistol grips because it naturally aligns your trigger finger with your trigger so that you can more naturally have a good trigger squeeze on there. This one has an adjustable cheek piece to align your head with the scope. Not necessary. It adds some cost and complexity, adds weight, but there's other options. If you don't have an adjustable cheek piece, you can use strap-on ones. You can use the Karsten ones that attach permanently. You can get stocks with adjustable length of pull as well, other feature that you might be able to look at. Now, the one thing we do not compromise typically with stocks is the material. We cannot have a wood stock that is going to swell and shrink as the humidity changes, as the weather changes, because that'll point our point of impact, or even our accuracy. So we want to have synthetic stocks. You may look at the actions themselves. This particular one is a Mauser style, has a very positive extraction. Is it necessary? It might be for your particular case. Define the role of your rifle. And so you can look at these different aspects of it and design it. And does it need that detachable magazine or not? And so here, is one consideration. As we look at that, we also want to make sure that, yes, that barrel is free floated to maintain our harmonics so that we can get the best consistency out of that barrel, because consistency equals accuracy. So as you define the role of your rifle, you can fill that role. For instance, we took this rifle in on trade. This came in from a police department. It was a duty rifle for over a decade. They had very specific set of requirements. They had a limited budget that they could work with. So they took a Remington 700P, just a factory rifle, because it was cheaper to do it that way. It has the 26-inch barrel. And then they were able to say, hey, I did need the detachable magazine so I could change out ammo types very quickly. So this one had it. And so they filled the role that they defined for the rifle. Lots of times, that role is very much impacted by your budget, as it was for them. And so, line out the role, line out the requirements, and then you can start filling them and being able to create that rifle to totally accomplish the mission as you define it.